dig in here, see what this one's all about, shall we? All right, we got the Kansept paperwork as usual, a wiping cloth, all that good stuff. And here is the knife, ladies and gentlemen. All right, got this fabric pouch here with the leather strap. And here we go. Oh man, I think I saw some pictures of this one, and I know exactly, kind of have an idea what it is, but kind of seeing it in person now. Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this thing. We got the anodized blue titanium going on here, right? Plain titanium scales on this one. We're gonna have a matching titanium back spacer back here as well, also anodized. So no pull here, titanium pocket clip, nice to see. Not reversible, FYI. And then about that much deep carry, right? And then we have this again, blue anodization going on all throughout. I know this one looks really clean when you wipe it clean with a nice like alcoholic wipe, or like the ones I use to clean my glasses or whatever. So we might do that later in the video. Here we got thumb studs for deployment on both sides, and it's gonna be a frame lock. Now the blade on this one is gonna be a Savage one. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Here we go. Bam! Holy macaroni, guys! Take a look at this stone wash finish on this one. And of course got some oils there for keeping that blade obviously in good shape as it arrives to you. I want to say this designer looks familiar, and that's because we checked out the Kansept Leviathan was another design here from the same designer here, Warhawk Knives. And again, this is called the Dreadnaught. Now, it looks like we have a limited series on this one, 033 out of 300. So that's also nice and interesting to see right there. S35 VN steel on the stone wash finish, flat grind. Beautiful. I want to call it a warning, right? What are we calling this, right? I'm going with a Warncliffe. Good old warning here. Got a fuller there and thumb studs as well in blue. So that's nice to see. And these are probably, yeah, well, I was going to say aluminum, but no, they are steel thumb studs. And also got a good girth there to the blade. We'll get some readings and some measurements here as well. But of course, it's going to be a frame lock. Right, nice, good drop right there. Oh, check that out. There's just enough weight on the blade for it to be drop shutty. Look at this. Nice. All on its own. Super nice. Oh, great action. That reverse flick off of the nail. Come on now. Sign me up. All day, every day. So both deployment options there are pretty good. I'm going to give it a, let me give her a nice little wipe here. I'm going to try deploying off of the fuller, because I'm sure that fuller there is not there just for looks. Right? I'm going to kind of give it a good old deployment here off the fuller. Oh, there we go. There it is. I kind of got to calibrate. There it is. So you could do that as well. Deploy off the fuller all day. Just going to put the whole side of the middle finger there like that. And bam, right? A little flick of the wrist helps as well. So action we know is pretty good. This thing is going to be rock solid here, right? No movement, no side to side, no up and down. It's going to be, of course, on ball bearings. Good old frame lock here. Good access from the show side, as you can see. And that lock up there is a good, what are we calling this, 15%, 20%, around there. Steel insert for steel on steel contact. There's your D10 ball. And again, very nice and easy to push down into the left. Stress relief cutout here on the inside. So you have a nice flush outer surface, if you would. Same thing here on the other side. So bam, bada bing, bada boom. All right, man, that's something, right? And obviously, you know, you have a decently, you know, good amount of blade here. It's decently tall. And I want to say the handles are also pretty decently tall as well. All right, take a look at this. All right, that's tall enough for me. Definitely feels the hand pretty nicely, right? Check out the hammer grip right here. Average size hands, not the biggest of hands, not the smallest of hands. So check that out. And then I can always forward choke right here. Got a nice little functional finger choil there. If I can speak today, there. And also check out this curvature right here for your thumb, right? The thumb lands there perfectly. That's nice. No jimping on this one. I'm sure it was intentional, but that is lock and loaded and ready to get some work done, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, you got the warning here, so great for utility cuts and draw cuts. What looks to be a pretty straight edge, right? If anything, good amount of good, decent, long cutting path there for sure. A little pinch grip here for package opening. Absolutely my kind of geometry, right? All day, every day. Sign me up, right? No doubt about it. Action's good. Ergos are good. I want to say the pocket clip, right? If I squeeze really hard, I notice it there, but otherwise it's pretty good. I'm going to go with 9 out of 10, right? Good 9 out of 10 there. And let's get some measurements here for my knife nerds, right? Let's see if we can fit it in on the screen. There we go. Overall length is going to be, you know, a little bit of a larger knife here, over 8 inches, like 8 point, or say 8.1, 8.15. That blade length is going to be 3.5 inches, and a cutting path of a little bit over, let's say, a little bit over 3 inches, right? So if you have local loss that prevent you from carrying a certain length knife, close to 3.25, right? Probably around that exact ballpark. The blade says 3.49, so that's like borderline 3.5 inches or 3.5. And the handle is going to be a whopping, let's see here, over 4.5, very close to, 4.6, 4.65 or so. Again, rough estimates, more or less. While we're here, of course, let's get a quick read here on the thickness on the blade, guys. 0.16. So like I said earlier, this is a little bit of a meaty blade. Beefy one, 0.15. Average in the channel being 0.12 for the blade. And then thickness here on the handle. There we go. Let's say 0.51. So not very far away from the average in the channel being 0.5. So only a hair thicker, if anything, but not by much. Love to see it. And then as far as the weight goes here, we'll get a quick weight check on this one. Checking the inside, right? Definitely got plenty of milling going on all throughout the titanium scales. That will help a lot with the weight reduction, but I want to say, still got obviously a good girthy blade there, adding a little bit of weight. And the acoustics are really good. I'm not gonna lie on this. I'm not sure if I have pointed that out already or not, but I'm gonna go with the good. This is gonna be 4 to 4.5, 4.5 to 5 ounces. All right, a little bit more. I kind of had a feeling, right? This one's gonna be a little bit more, and you kind of get that feel, right? Because it's a little bit more hardcore, right? Heavy duty, kind of almost borderline overbuilt knife in a way, but not quite there yet. 5.4 ounces, that is the equivalent of 153 grams. All right, pretty decent weight. Again, still not the heaviest weight knife out there in any way, shape, or form. And you know me, I'll definitely carry this thing all day, every day. The weight there does not affect me whatsoever at all. So there you guys have it, a quick overview on the Dreadnaught. Very interesting name. This one is a limited edition here, 33 out of 300 S35VN Warney blade, stonewash, flat grind, fuller and thumb stud deployment here, frame lock with the anodized titanium handles. I want to test the theory here because I said I would do this at the beginning of the video. So I got my lens wipe, little wiping wipe right here, if anything, and then I'm just gonna wipe the anodized titanium there pretty well. I think I did this with the Kansept Loki, right, a Stephen Dunach design. And what happens with the anodized titanium is, I think with the oils and things from your hands, right, it may dull a little bit, but if you give it a nice little wipe here with an alcoholic wipe of some sort, should kind of bring the color back to life a little bit. All right, so take a look there. That is a very deep blue, right, in case there were any doubts out there, right? Check that out. Here it is on the other side. So if you ever find your anodized titanium needs a little bit of a touch up, right, just give it a nice little wipe with some sort of alcoholic wipe, lens wipe, you should be good to go. But of course, guys, let me know your thoughts on this one. What do y'all like about it? What do y'all love about it, right? For all my big knife people out there, I'm gonna set the knife down here so you guys can take some pictures. I know you all love doing that. But yeah, very, very interesting offer here. Definitely my cup of tea, right up my alley with the geometry here. It's got the premium steel and handle material. You guys know I'm a sucker for titanium handles and a good steel right there. It's 35VN, right? A good middle of the road premium steel for sure. Again, link down below, just like every other knife you saw in this video, guys. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Either this one or this one. Peace.